Hi there, and welcome back to Paws and Pawsitivity. I'm Jamie Watkinson-Harvey, your certified SA Pro behavior consultant and host of this podcast. And whether you're relaxing at home or out for a stroll with your pup, I'm so glad that you're joining me today. Because today, I want to talk about something that comes up a lot. The moment that I mentioned that I specialize in separation anxiety, I can practically see people lean in and say, "Oh, wow, what's the trick then? What are some quick fix tips?" And honestly, I get it. If your dog is struggling to be left alone, you're desperate. You want answers. You want change. You want peace. But here's the truth. And it's a truth that I want to say with all the compassion in the world. There is no quick fix for separation anxiety. And actually, that's not a bad thing. Now, we live in a world where we're used to instant solutions. We order something online, it's on your doorstep the next day. We're feeling poorly, there's probably a tablet for that. But dogs, especially those dealing with separation-related distress, don't work like that. Their brains aren't wired for instant turnaround, especially when fear is involved. Let's say your dog panics the second you walk out the door. Maybe they bark, howl, scratch, toilet in the house, or even self-harm. Those aren't naughty behaviors. They are fear responses. Your dog isn't trying to annoy you. That's suffering. And just like with people, fear cannot be fixed with a shortcut. You can't override it with a gadget or a gimmick. And when people ask me for a quick fix, what they're often really asking is, can you make this go away without it being hard? And I totally understand that, but I'll always be honest. The path to helping a dog with separation anxiety is gentle, thoughtful, and humane. We use a method called gradual desensitization. It's a process rooted in solid science and ethical practice. We're not forcing dogs to get used to it. We're helping them feel safe again at their pace. And sometimes that pace is slow, but slow is not a problem. Slow is careful. Slow is kind. Slow works. Trying to rush things or relying on so-called quick solutions like anti-bark collars, crating dogs against their will, or even worse, those things don't solve separation anxiety. At best, they suppress the symptoms. At worst, they make the fear worse. A dog might look calm after being punished for barking, but they're not calm. They're shut down. And that's not healing. That's heartbreak. Separation-related behaviors are a bit of a spectrum. Sometimes it's boredom. Sometimes it's frustration. But in true separation anxiety, we're dealing with genuine panic. And that's a fear-based response that needs to be approached with empathy and structure, not domination. So when we see a dog trembling, drooling, barking relentlessly, or chewing through doors just to escape, that's not a behavior to fix. It's an emotion to address. And that's where the real magic happens. Because when we help dogs feel differently, they start to behave differently. Training for separation anxiety is often described as a bit like physiotherapy. It's not flashy and it's definitely not instant, but it's measured, targeted, and effective. The goal is to slowly build a dog's tolerance to being alone in a way that never tips them over into fear. Some days we'll move forward. Other days we might need to take a step back. That's all part of the process. And I promise you, there is something incredibly special about witnessing those little wins. The first time your dog can settle for 5 minutes alone without panicking, that's massive. The moment they can eat a chew toy while you're out of sight, monumental. Those are the victories that add up to long-term change. And I also want to take a moment to talk to the humans in this. Because if you're living with a dog with separation anxiety, you know it's tough. It's isolating. Plans get cancelled. You can't leave the house without elaborate cover. And sometimes it feels like no one else really gets it. And I just want to say, you are not alone and you are not failing. There is no blame here. You didn't cause your dog's anxiety. The reasons for it can be complex. Genetics, early experiences, trauma. None of those are your fault. But now that you know your dog is struggling, you have the power to help, and you don't have to do it alone. Find a professional who understands fear-free methods, make a plan, and celebrate every little step forward. So no, I don't have a quick fix for separation anxiety, but I do have something better. I have a roadmap, a compassionate, ethical, science-backed way of helping your dog feel safe, a way that builds trust, that respects your dog's feelings, and that leads to real lasting change. Because when we support dogs through their fears, rather than suppressing or ignoring them, we don't just change behavior, we change lives. And that's it for today's episode of Paws and Pawsitivity. And I hope this has helped reframe the way we think about quick fixes and remind you that the kindest path is often the most powerful one. It's not about fixing your dog, it's about understanding them, meeting their needs, and helping them feel safe in their world. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode was helpful, I would love it if you can give the podcast a positive rating, share it with a friend, and subscribe so that you don't miss out on future episodes. It's your support that helps us reach more dog lovers and keeps the positive message going. Until next time, take care and give your pup a big hug from me. Woofity woof!